Good morning Year 4 and welcome to Thursday's maths lesson. This lesson is going to be for the children with the Year 3 booklet, and today I would like you to turn to page 28, which is going to give you a page which looks like this. So we're looking at measuring problems. Okay, so once you've got that, you will need pencil, you'll need your booklet and your brains ready for today's learning. So before we begin, I just wanted to get our brains warmed up and we're going to do another warm-up activity. So like yesterday, I've got the QR code right behind me so you can scan this on a device and have a go yourself, or if you want to join in with the video, then that is also fine as well. So let's have a look at what we're doing for our brain warm-up activity. Okay, so we're going to do a mental math train, and I want to really look at number bonds to 1000. So we're going to have a look at that today. Okay, so I'm going to use my adding operation, so you can choose different ones if you want to do this at home. So I'm going to choose the adding, and I'm going to have make bonds to thousands. So we're going to look at two numbers which add together to make 1000, and that's what we call a number bond. Just like if we were doing a number bond to 10, it would be two numbers which add together to make 10. They are also called number bonds. So we're going to do making bonds to 1000. Okay, so you have a train that comes up on here, and we need to make sure we see which two numbers make 1000. So we've got a range of ones for us to choose from. We've got 910 and 100. 1000 and 100, well that's going to be more than 1000, so it's not going to be that one. 880 add 100, well that will be 980, so it's not that one. So now we need to look at this one, which is 900 add 100, and that would make 1000, so let's have a go. And then we'll have another train that's going to come on now. So which two numbers added together make 1000? So we've got to think about this. So we've got 80 add 820, 80 add 900, well, that's going to be 980, so it's not going to be the purple carriage. 80 add 920, or we've got 70 add 920. So I've got to think about which one it's going to be. Well, this is going to make 900, so it's going to be between these two. So if we add 920, add 80, well I know that 20 and 80 are number bonds together. Okay, so I'm going to choose this orange carriage here. Okay then, moving on to the next one. Which two numbers make 1000? So I want you to have a look at this. Can you spot it at home before I press on the right carriage? Have a think and try and work this out mentally in your heads. Okay, there's lots of very similar numbers there. Well done if you got that purple carriage, and the train will just keep on coming, and you can have a go at that as well at home. And these are just number bonds to 1000. If you want to make it harder, you can do, or if you want to make it easy, you can maybe go on to number bonds to 100, and then you could have a go there as well. Now, yesterday I gave you a true or false statement, didn't I? And my true or false statement was that 40 metres is equivalent, the same as 4,000 centimetres. And well done for all of those that emailed in with your true or false. Now I can say now that if you did email in true, then that was the correct answer. Well done. 40 metres is equivalent to 4,000 centimetres, so well done. Now let's have a look at our learning question for today before we start our learning. Now today we are going to be having a look at perimeter. So your learning question is, can I calculate perimeter of shapes? So let's have a look at what we've got in store today. So yesterday we were looking at different conversions, weren't we? And we're going to recap some of the conversions from yesterday, and then we're going to introduce a new piece of learning for today. So let's have a look at my red one first. We've got 100 centimetres, which is the equivalent or the same as 1 metre. Then we went on to the blue, which was 10 millimetres is equal to 1 centimetre, and we said a millimetre are the tiny, tiny little integers in between your centimetres on a ruler. So the millimetre is the smallest length measurement. Then we had a look at the green one. Now the green conversion was for weight, and we were saying that we've got 1000 grams is equal or equivalent to 1 kilogram. So that brings us to our new one for today, and I've got a little star to show that this is our new conversion that I want us to look at when we are doing our learning for today. My new conversion is that 1,000 millilitres is equivalent to 1 litre. Okay, so we've got measurement here for measuring length, we've got measuring weight. Now millilitres and litres are for measuring capacity. So I want you to know that 1,000 millilitres is equivalent to 1 litre. Okay, and that's our key piece of learning for today, which will help you with your booklets. Okay, so let's just have a look at what perimeter is. Perimeter is the distance around a shape. So when you have measurements for each side of a shape, when you add them all together, that gives you what we call the perimeter. So it's the outside of a shape. And I'm going to show you now how we work out perimeter, ready for when you work perimeter out in your books. Now behind me I've got my pink triangle, and I've got 3 measurements. So I've got 2 which are the same. So I've got 30 centimetres, 30 centimetres and 28 centimetres. Now what I need to do is I need to add all 3 of those measurements together. So I'm adding all lengths of each side together, and that will give me my perimeter. Now you can do this using column addition if you would like to, but I think you are all capable of doing this mentally in your head. If I know that 3 and 3 equals 6, then 30 add 30 is going to equal 60. So I've already got my 2 sides together. When I've got 60 in my head, all I need to do now is to add this bottom measurement, which is 28 centimetres. So I need to do 60 centimetres, add 20, which is 80, and then add the other 8, which is 8. So it's 88 centimetres for this perimeter that we are looking at today. So I can put here perimeter equals 88, and what we do need to remember is the unit of measurement that we are using. Can you see which unit of measurement we are using for today's perimeter? Okay, so well done. If you got that at home, it is centimetres. So when you are measuring perimeter, please remember to use the right or the correct unit of measurement that is shown on the shape. And today we're using centimetres. So I've got perimeter equals 88, and I'm going to put cm. Okay, so cm is for centimetres. Let's have a look at some more perimeters before you move on to do this in your books. Okay, so I've got 2 more shapes here. I've got a rectangle and I've got another triangle. So let's have a look at the rectangle first. So I've got 4 sides to my rectangle. 2 of them are equal lengths and the other 2 are also equal lengths. So I've got my lengths here are 70 centimetres and 70 centimetres. And then my other 2 lengths are 10 centimetres and 10 centimetres. And again, I'd really like it if you try and do these mentally in your head, because these are very similar measurements to what you'd be doing in your books. So we're going to always start off with the larger amounts because it's going to be easier for us to add on after that. So if we know that 7 add 7 is 14, we know that 70 add 70 is 140. Well done if you got that at home. So I've got 140 in my head, but I'm not quite finished yet, am I? Because I've still got this side and this side. Now, if you want to make a note on your workbooks, then that's also fine. So you can put just here 140, and that's just so you don't forget what number you've got from them 2 sides together. I need to add both of these sides together now. So 10 add 10. I think we all know that at home, don't we? So 10 adds 10. Well done, is 20. So we need to add 20 onto this number here. So we've got 140, add the 20. Can you say it out loud at home? A little bit louder, can you say it at home? Well done, it's 160. So my perimeter is 160, but I've just forgotten to say something. What did I forget to say? What did I say in my previous slide? You've got to use the right unit of measurement. So my perimeter for this shape, so I'm going to put P equals 160 And don't forget the unit of measurement that you are looking at, which today is centimetres. So I'm going to put 160 cm, which stands for centimetres. Okay, so let's have a look at one more before you have a go in your books. So I've got my triangle here. Now this one's a little bit trickier than the one that we've just done with the rectangle, but we have only got 3 calculations to do because a triangle has 3 sides, whereas a rectangle has 4. So we're going to have a look at the larger numbers first. So I need to do 44 add 44, so I'm doubling that number. Now what you can do is double your 1s and double your 10s, and that will also give you the answer. So I've got 44 and another 44. 4 and 4 is 8, another 4 and 4 is 8. So my 2 sides here are 88. But now I need to add my 3rd side, don't I? So I've got 88 and I need to add 15. So if we have 88 in our heads, everybody put 88 in our head. First of all, we're going to add the 10 on there from my 15. So we've got 88, add on another 10 is 98. Well done. So 98, I've still got to add on my 5 from my 1s in 15. So 98 in your head, add on another 5 would be 103. Well done if you got that at home, because that's a lot of mental addition that we've had to do today. So we've got 103 as my perimeter. So I'll put perimeter equals 103, and then we don't forget to put our unit of measurement in there as well. So we've got C, and we've gone over a little bit there, but you will have places to put your work and your answers in your booklets as well. Okay, so now I want to move on to circling which one is going to be the largest amount. So I've got 3 different questions for us to have a look at now. And this is going to be us identifying which is the largest amount. Now we've got, for the first one, we are looking at capacity. The second one, we're going to be looking at length. And the third one in pink, we are going to be looking at weight. So I've got 3 different units of measurement that we are looking at. And out of the 3, you are going to circle in your books, like I'm going to, the largest amount. So we've got 5 litres, 50 millilitres, and 3 litres. So remember, what was that golden rule that I circled today that I had a little star on, my conversion, was that 1,000 millilitres is equivalent to 1 litre. So 50 millilitres is nowhere near 1 litre. So then we've got to look at litres, because litres is a bigger amount than millilitres. So which is going to be the larger amount? 5 litres or 3 litres? Which is the larger number? It's 5. So I'm going to circle 5 litres for my first one, which shows me that this is the biggest amount. Okay, so we're going to move on to my reds now. So the reds are telling me different measurements of length. So I need to be thinking about my conversions. So I've got 10 millimetres equals 1 centimetre. I've got 100 centimetres equals 1 metre. So I need to work out which is my biggest amount. Is it millimetres, centimetres or metres? And if you know at home, you might be able to guess which one is going to be my largest amount first. So I've got 2 centimetres. So if you think about how big is 2 centimetres, I would say it's about that big. It's really small. My second one is 1 metre. So think about a metre stick. So a metre stick is going to be around about this big. And then you've got 20 millimetres. 20 millimetres, if we convert it, is actually 2 centimetres. So these 2 amounts are the same. But I'm looking for the largest amount, the biggest amount. And hopefully at home you've got the same as me, because I'm going to circle 1 metre. So well done if you got that at home. So let's move on to our final one now, which is weight. So we are looking at the largest weight in these 3 measurements that I've got. My first one is 20 kilograms. My second one is 20 grams. And then I've got 200 grams. Now, first of all, we've got to determine which unit of measurement is the larger amount. Is it going to be grams or kilograms? Well, I know that kilograms is going to be bigger, but I can't forget that I do know my conversions. And how many grams does it make 1 kilogram? How many grams did I need for 1 kilogram? Was 20 grams enough for 1 kilogram? No, I don't think that was enough for 1 kilogram. What about 200 grams? Is that enough for 1 kilogram? I don't think that is enough either, because remember how many grams make 1 kilogram? It's 1,000, isn't it? So my largest amount is going to be 20 kilograms, because I would need 20,000 grams just to make the same amount. So that's going to be my largest amount measured out of these 3 on the board. So I'm going to circle this one as well. And these are going to help you for when you are writing your own answers in your booklets today. You'll have very similar questions to what we've gone through, looking at perimeter and identifying the largest amount. Now, for those of you that wanted to engage in our true or false, either before you finished your work or after, this is my true or false statement for today. The perimeter of the shape is less than 40 centimetres. So what we need to do first is to work out what is the perimeter of this shape, and then we need to determine, is it less than 40 centimetres? If it is less than, then it's true. If it's more than 40 centimetres, then it's false. So if you want to engage in this and you can join in, you can send all of your responses into the Year 4 email address separate to your work, you can do. But I'm going to step out of the screen now so you can maybe pause the video and you can screenshot what my lengths are for each side of my rectangle to work out the perimeter of the shape. Okay, everybody, so well done for your hard work today. I want to see all of your lovely work in the Year 4 email address, and carry on working super hard. Well done for everybody who is sending their work, and it is fantastic. So good luck, and I'll see you all tomorrow.